You think I'll let you zone?
Baka.
Hey guys, it's me again, and this time I'll have a look at what Kratos and Mimir are up to after God of War Ragnarok with the free DLC update Valhalla. Does this update make it worthwhile to venture back into the 9 realms and see what life after Odin is like? Grab your axes and paddles, let's see if this DLC is godly or just a mere mortal. Valhalla serves as an epilogue to the ending of Ragnarok after defeating Odin and saving the realms. Kratos said goodbye to his son, who could now take care of himself and journey on his own. Kratos saw one more prophecy though, one in which he was celebrated and worshipped not just as a hero but as a beloved god by all. That he wasn't just a monster, he could be more and better. That's where we pick up now with Valhalla. Kratos and Mimir journey to Valhalla to figure out who sent the note and will he find the answers to what he's looking for. Kratos and Mimir force their way in, but something is wrong as Kratos feels weakened. After Kratos dies for the very first time in Valhalla, he meets up with Sigrun and Freya, who is angry at how Kratos found out about the secret pathway to Valhalla. Kratos said he had an invitation posted to his door about a challenge to master himself. Kratos asks if anyone else knows about the entrance, and Sigrun says only them and Odin, so it might be a trap, but Kratos is going back in. He asks Freya if she wants to join him, but doesn't like the sound of dying repeatedly. Kratos asks what will be inside, and Valhalla makes a space generated by the person's memories. Sigrun questions how did Kratos even get in the first place, and he responds with forcing it open. The Valkyrie tells the pair that there is an easier way to get in, as Freya asks Kratos about the other conversation they had and if he thought about an answer yet. But no, he's still thinking about it, and Freya gets a little upset that he went all the way to Valhalla to think on an answer, but will wait until he finds what he's looking for. While adventuring in Valhalla, Mimir asks why Kratos didn't help govern the realms with Freya as the new god of war, that the general who won the battle at Ragnarok is more than qualified to fill in, but Kratos is afraid of what might happen to him if he holds that title again, that Mimir and Freya know what happened in Greece. Mimir tells Kratos that that's not how he is now, but Kratos says he's different because he ran away from it, the title and that throne. Later, Kratos says that her idea is a great one, but it should be on Freya's merits, not his. Kratos starts listing the things off at what makes Freya an amazing goddess to lead the realms, but Mimir says yeah, but an even better leader knows shared power is best for all to thrive. That she would even suggest that makes her worthy to lead in Kratos' eyes. But Mimir asks why should she wield it alone? Conflicts will arise again, and it's the god of war's duty to ensure the rules are followed by all, from someone who has might and credibility from all, and that is Kratos. When Kratos gets higher in the Valhalla areas, he says he will help Freya whenever she asks if he's a god of war or not, but Mimir knows that it's more than that because everyone needs to know that you are committed to the cause. Kratos still has doubts, but Mimir echoes that he knows of his past and most of it was horrible, but with the current him and the deeds that he's done, he's not that man anymore. Then the first time Kratos makes it to the inner areas, he finds a throne and a familiar voice welcomes him and says he's owed a debt, but he's pushed back out. Outside, Freya asks if he's ready, and Kratos says he isn't. Freya is worried and tells Kratos that Valhalla will restore you if you die in combat, but beyond that, it has its own rules so he can die fully. After going to the throne a second time, Kratos meets his old headlamp sun god Helios. After making it to the top, Valhalla created an area that represented Greece, with monsters including sirens, minotaurs, and cyclops. Kratos and Helios find a familiar puzzle that Kratos knows all too well: sacrifice something to progress. When the path is blocked, Kratos manifests the blade of Olympus from his rage, and after the fight, Kratos starts to roast Helios until Mimir returns and wonders what happened, and he tries to save him only for Sigrun to save them both later. Kratos returns to the trap and steps in himself. After passing the test, Kratos comes face to face with Tyr. He was the one who gave him the invitation, and he would have signed his name on it, but doubted if Kratos would come if he did. Tyr is here to help Kratos figure out the answer to his question by sparring with him, because for them, they're able to think more clearly after the doubt is gone in the heat of battle. After the sparring match, Kratos says he isn't ready and Valhalla sends him back. It's time to repeat the process 3 more times. Kratos needs to beat him 3 more times before facing what is behind the door, though each of those times Tyr will use a different weapon from a different pantheon he visited during his travels, with the final fight being from Japanese mythology and one weapon from a samurai's kit. After beating Tyr for the final time, Kratos figures out everyone has feelings of anger, hatred, doubt, and hope in them, but it's up to them alone to decide which emotions should they use to drive them. After going through the doors, we find a young Kratos on the throne. Kratos yells and talks bitterly to his younger self at how wrong he was, that he became a monster, destroyed everything around him for nothing, but he sees that he can still be more. He only has hope that he won't become a monster again, and the young Kratos vanishes while the current one claims the throne as a god. Mimir asks him what is he going to do next. Kratos just wants to sit there for a while. After the adventure, Kratos tells Freya he will join her, and Freya is happy to hear his answer. Kratos will try to be what the realms need, and he couldn't have gotten this far without his friends. Valhalla is a roguelike dungeon mode that is free. Gameplay has it so Kratos has no outside help. It's just him, his movesets, and Spartan Rage. You can go from encounter to encounter in each area to upgrade Kratos with runic attacks and stat buffs that will help you in each run after an encounter. After a couple doors, you'll run into a boss door, which will either be a one-on-one fight or an endurance match to be able to progress to the next area. There are areas you can't get to yet without unlocking them. I'll get to that in a bit, but in the hub area you can spend resources to refill health or rage and upgrade runic attacks among them. But be warned, you can only do it a limited amount of times per area. Like in most roguelike games, you can permanently upgrade Kratos at the main area with points you get from completing labor quests during the run, like doing a specific move a certain amount of times or defeating a certain amount of enemies or bosses. From this you can upgrade health, rage, and his stats, so Kratos has more options in battle, not to mention take and deal damage without being one shot at the higher tiered areas. You can also buy keys to unlock new areas and chests to help you in your current and future runs, as these don't reset when you die. Kratos will have all of his weapons from the base game, so whether you want to use the spear or go bare fist only is up to you. The fun I've had is fighting a few new enemies in the game, but they aren't really new if you played the original series. Cyclops, Minotaurs, Sirens, Centaurs, Harpies, and Undead Foot Soldiers return, so it gives you a new set of parry, guard break, and dodge patterns to learn. The other new thing is the new rage mode called Legacy that you unlock during the story. It allows Kratos to create a Blade of Olympus from his memories and use it as a weapon. This is a basically new weapon to use, as Kratos uses the blade like his other weapons, and it can even shoot beams as well. This rage mode does partial healing for every kill Kratos has with it, and it can parry attacks, so it has some plus side to using it over the other variants. Overall, the Valhalla DLC is pretty fun if you're a fan of the series, and you can complete the story in normal mode in about 3 to 4 hours if you're going in blind and need a refresher. This is a satisfying epilogue to the evolving character that is Kratos. He went from a rage-fueled monster hell-bent on revenge to a person seeking redemption for the horrible deeds that he has done in the past, because they want to be better. They want to have hope again. It does have a few things to unlock, like a young Kratos skin that you can use in the DLC or the base game after you complete the DLC story, and you'll be able to use the Legacy Spartan Rage style in the base game as well. I give the free DLC update God of War Ragnarok Valhalla an 8.5 because it's really fun, but not something the casual crowd may have been looking for, like a long story campaign with different locations and such. But as free DLCs go, it's pretty good. That should do it for this review. It should have been out sooner, but the holidays, you know. I'll see you guys in 2024 with a lot more videos. Stay safe.